So we're down 3-2 to the Brooklyn Nets, and it's going to be an uphill battle if we're going to win this series. Or maybe it's not going to be because we just absolutely dominated them in Game 6. I know we're into this quick. 154 points in a game in Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. What was Brooklyn doing, letting us score 51 points in the fourth quarter, which is tied for the playoff record, by the way. It helps that we shot 51% from 3 and made 21 of them. So we stormed back to force a Game 7 behind our great shooting and Trey's 41 points and 15 assists. Reddish, Middleton, and Collins all also had 20-point games. Gallinari was also finally good for us. Also, shout out Capella, who had 4 points but 20 rebounds. I guess the reason we won is also because Reggie Perry scored more than Kevin Durant and James Harden, and they still scored 121 points. James Harden had 6 points. What in the world? Oh, he fouled out. 6 points in 29 minutes, though, still. So, yeah, we're in a win or go home situation against the Brooklyn Nets. We win. We advance to the finals for the first time since 1961. We lose, and we start the long climb back next season. But enough talking. Let's get into Game 7. We'll hop into Game 7, where we've got the 90s look back tonight for no particular reason. It just looks pretty cool, I think. What's not cool is James Harden dunking on Cam to start off the game. Middleton responds with a shot of his own, greening the 3. And then Cam is getting blown by again, and KD slams it home. Great looks, Cam. Trey will put us back on top, getting started early with his own 3, though. And then Middleton is going to try his hand at running the offense, and it nets Capella an open shot. Get it? Nets. Okay, never mind. But then Cam gets blown by again, this time for a layup. Granted, there were screens involved, but still, come on, Cam, you got to do better. Harden is making plays, though. On one end, he's blocking Trey driving to the rim, and on the other end, he's finding Kyrie for a wide open 3. But Middleton has been pretty good so far, hitting a pull-up midi for his second shot of the quarter. And Kyrie normally misses a lot of 3s, but he's already hit 2 in this quarter. Then Middleton finds Cam for a 3 of his own. That's Middleton's third assist. Fast forward a minute and Middleton is finding Trey for 3, and we're up 6 points. But as usual, Trey is just cheese going to the rim on these guys. He's got 12 points in the quarter. But man, has Cam been bad defensively. He just keeps slipping off guys, which I guess might be more 2K's fault than his, but is allowing points either way. It can't be Trey attacking Isaiah Thomas every time, so Herter is going to have to take a turn this time. I mean, that's almost a whole foot in height difference. But I guess Isaiah Thomas is sick of being bullied, because somehow he manages to get this shot to go over Trey and kind of Capella. But in the ugliest isolation attempt in probably 2K history, I managed to get past Isaiah for Trey's 16th point of the quarter. Then in like 40 seconds, we managed to score 3 times. So what looked like a manageable deficit for the Nets at first kind of evolved into something a bit worse going into the second quarter. Speaking of the second quarter, we're just going to scratch it entirely because it's not entertaining. Literally nothing happened. So we'll pick up in the third quarter with Trey greening a 3 to put us up 8. Shortly after, Cam is driving past the defense to put us up 10 with the layup. They haven't been competitive defensively at all this game. Somehow our defense gets a bit switched up and Kyrie is wide open for a 3, which he obviously hits. After a minute of nothing happening, Trey drives past Kyrie for his 32nd point of the night. KD then ends up open on the next possession though, and that's obviously going to go in. But Collins finally gets some screen time with the lob from Middleton. That was a nice finish too. Harden, as usual, has something to say about it, making another contested 3. Middleton has been dishing out the assists tonight though. He finds Capella for his 8th. But the CPU got my defense in shambles, and I allow an embarrassingly open layup. Then Trey gets his 34th point of the night to add a bit more cushion to our lead. You're about to witness something extremely rare. Yes, that's right. You just saw a Trae Young offensive rebound. Not only did he get one, but he passed it out to Middleton, who hits the deep three. But KD is just hot at this point, and not even Gallo draped on him can stop the turnaround jumper. Just before things get dire, Herter reins things in for us, putting the lead back at 7. Once again, Nicholas Claxton has something to say about it, drilling the three. Absolute insanity. Then it's Claxton again. I bet you've never seen him as much as in this series in your entire time on YouTube. Then Isaiah Thomas cuts it to 2. We've blown a pretty big lead here. Lucky for us, we get the last shot, and you know how those work out. Herter greens the 3 to put us up 5 going into the final quarter of this Eastern Conference Finals matchup. We'll start the fourth with something you've never seen before. Reggie Perry hitting a heavily contested 3. That puts him within 4. But Middleton, he's going to take that right back, greening his 3. Take that, Reggie Perry. Trae then makes it a 7-point game again, taking advantage of some confusion that somehow led to him being open. But James Harden, man, he's torn us up all series, and he's doing it once again in the fourth to keep his team right there with us. But Trae tallies himself another 40-point game in these playoffs, his 40th points coming off the assist from Herter. One problem that does keep it rising is how Middleton isn't quick enough to guard Harden. As you can see, he's been blown by again. This time he gave up the and 1 too. Then, as if a 4-point deficit wasn't enough, Harden cuts it to 2, hitting the mid-ranger on the fast break. This is starting to scare me. Middleton has been good in this game though, for once, and he's cushioning our lead a bit, driving through old Reggie. Kyrie absolutely shakes Trae on the other end though, and drills a mid-range jumper to put the game within 2 once again. He must have taken offense to that because he's losing Kyrie and hitting a 3 on the other end. Once again, Middleton can't guard Harden though, and once again, Harden cuts our lead. Collins, though, who's been relatively quiet this game, gets his 14th point scoring over James Harden in the post, which is apparently a rarity. But Trae Young, he greens the wide open 3 for his 46th point of the night. He's been amazing in these playoffs. It's like we can't have anything though. Harden just steps into a near logo 3 and drills it. We can't even have a highlight to ourselves. We'll give Collins some more love though. He spins past Reggie Perry for the easy dunk. And as if you weren't tired of Harden highlights already, we've got another one here. He's on fire this quarter. Trae Young, 48 points, 5-point lead. We've only got to hold on for a few more minutes, guys. But Middleton makes an extremely clutch 3, putting us up 6 with only about a minute to go. But oh, he's not done. Middleton is posting up a smaller Kyrie for the easy bucket, and we're up 8 points with under a minute to go. In the game's closing seconds, Reggie Perry gives Trae with a shooting foul, allowing him to get to 50 points on the game tonight, going 2 for 2 from the line. Shout out to the guy who asked me to score 50 with Trae. This is the second time I've done it in this series alone. So yeah, we win by double digits, and your Hawks are the 2022 Eastern Conference champions. We are going to the NBA Finals. I think we honestly deserve this, and we were probably the worst matchup for the Nets. So I don't have anything else. Let's just enjoy this victory before we get into our finals matchup next episode. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. We just hit 300 subscribers a few days ago, and I can't thank you guys enough for the support. It's been amazing. But if you didn't like the video, you know the drill. Leave a dislike. Y'all have a good one.